It's the prosecutor versus the professor in the race for AG. Certainly a big job that some describe as the state's top cop. Suburban District Attorney George Brockler is facing CU Law School Dean Phil Weiser, and big money is being spent by both parties as the campaign hits the home stretch. Right now, Shaun Boyd gives a new attack ad in the campaign a reality check.
It's never good when an ad puts you on the side of a pedophile. This ad by the Republican Attorney General's Association makes some damning claims about Democratic AG candidate Phil Weiser.
Phil Weiser is unqualified to be Attorney General.
That's opinion, but here's what you should know. Weiser worked as Deputy Assistant U.S. Attorney General, legal advisor to President Obama, supervisor in the Department of Justice, and Dean of the University of Colorado Law School. The claim is based on Weiser's courtroom experience.
One of Weiser's only court cases was representing a twice-convicted pedophile named Anthony Warnick. Warnick is a monster. One of his victims, only 6 years old.
That's true, but this needs context. Weiser has litigated 6 cases in his career. One of them involved Anthony Warnick, who was convicted of molesting a 6-year-old boy and a 5-year-old boy. The details are stomach-churning. But here's what you need to know. Weiser was not Warnick's criminal defense attorney. He represented Warnick during his appeal on a civil constitutional matter, pro bono, at the request of the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. The case had nothing to do with the crimes Warnick was convicted of.
Weiser asked a judge to release Warnick from prison early for good behavior.
That's misleading. Weiser wasn't arguing Warnick should be let out early because he was a good guy, but because his constitutional rights had been violated. Here's what you need to know. Warnick was serving 2 sentences for 2 separate convictions. The prison told him he'd finished serving his first sentence based on good time credits, which means complying with prison regulations. Then came back later and said it had miscalculated the good time and added 51 days to his sentence. Weiser said that was unconstitutional.
Weiser's inexperience is worrisome. His judgment, disqualifying.
That's opinion. First of all, courtroom experience is helpful but not required of an AG. It's been more than a century since a Colorado attorney general tried a case. But AGs manage the attorneys who do try cases. Most of what an AG does involves administrative work, overseeing a staff of more than 400, advising state agencies on legal matters, and generally running the state's largest law office. Weiser has sufficient experience in these areas. As for his judgment, it's true. He could have turned down the case. But again, this was about constitutional rights. Weiser is an expert in constitutional law, as it applies to everyone. That should be an asset, not a liability, in a race for Attorney General. Bottom line, this ad isn't about experience or judgment. It's about politics. It looks bad to represent a convicted pedophile, regardless of the reason. The Republican Attorney General Association using that to its advantage. I'm Shaun Boyd. That's Reality Check.